Hi everyone, and thanks for tuning in to this virtual launch for the exciting new IVECO Daily Business. I'm Steve Huff, Sales Advisor at Hendy IVECO, and I'm delighted to welcome you to a bold new product from IVECO that's going to be as good for your business as it will be to drive out on the road. Here at Hendy IVECO, we're IVECO's main dealer for the South-Southwest region, from West Sussex all the way down to Cornwall. We offer the full IVECO range of vans and trucks from 3.5 to 44 tonnes, new and used from IVECO's OK Trucks pre-owned programme. And we're an accredited IVECO truck station, which means we get what operating vans and trucks for a living is really all about. Today, we're here to premiere the new IVECO Daily Business. Now, Daily is of course already very popular. As the widest and most adaptable van range in Europe, it can be had in every possible configuration, from compact, medium and high cube vans to body chassis cabs, 7-seater crew cabs, off-road and all-road 4x4s. Daily starts at the all-important 3.5 tonne level, the largest available on a car driving licence, and extends up to light truck levels at a full 7 to 7.2 tonnes. Only IVECO offers that. But there's more, because in approach, IVECO focus on one thing when it comes to vans: adding value to your business. And that's where the new Daily Business comes in, because the new Daily Business goes further, adding value in terms of specification and safety, functionality and driver comfort, but every bit as important, adding to the value you can expect when you finally say farewell to the vehicle at the end of its working life. Now, in a few moments' time, I'll be handing over to IVECO's demonstration consultant, Peter Simons, to tell us more about the product. We'll be hearing some insights on the hard-nosed economics of buying, selling and operating vans in our brave new post-COVID-19 world too. A panel of specialists from CAP on used valuations and BNP on leasing will be giving us their thoughts on adding value to every aspect of your van operations. We'll be telling you too about our new daily driveway programme, making daily business models available off the shelf to suit your needs. And we'll be detailing some exclusive September promotions linked to the new Daily Business, so stay tuned. But before all that, I'd like to hand you over to my colleague, Dan Pledger, IVECO Service Manager for Hendy's, to underline the approach that we and the rest of the IVECO dealer network take to looking after you. That more than anything is what our truck mentality is all about. Dan?
Thanks, Steve. Now, when it comes to vans, as an IVECO dealer, we are unique. Most of our competitors represent car brands, stretching up to vans. They do business the car way. We don't. Ours is the truck brand coming down to vans, so ours is a truck-based culture, focusing on customers first and foremost. We know what road transport is all about. We understand that as a van is off the road for scheduled or unscheduled work, that a van is going to cost you money, not make any money. And our job is to get it back on the road, doing whatever it does. Uptime is a key. That is why we are open 80 hours per week. Want a service after hours? No problem. We start at 6 AM and our work just stay until at least midnight, often longer. Even when they're not, support is available 24/7 for IVECO's legendary IVECO assistance non-stop. With an average breakdown to arrival time of 60 minutes nationally, and our in-house roadside assistance programme, and it delivers. With a 75% roadside fix rate, 85% of repairs are complete within 24 hours. Across the group we have 12 technicians, all expert in the field. We attend regular top-up training to keep them ahead of the game. Each of our sites have some 14 workshop bays, so waiting is most definitely not the name of our game. And we will offer a full range of repair and maintenance services, turning variable costs into fixed, planned and budgeted for costs, supporting your day-to-day cash flow. With a first-time pick of 85%, we hold over £500,000 worth of parts at each of our sites. And in the likely event of us not getting something, so long as you order for 4 PM that day, we will guarantee to have it to you for 7 AM the next morning. That, after all, is what a truck culture is all about. And when it comes to vans, As an IVECO dealer, we believe we are ahead of the game.
Thanks, Dan. Right, it's time to hear more about the new daily business. For that, let me pass you over to Peter Simons.
So here it is, the new daily business. I'm going to take just a few minutes to tell you about the added value features that we fitted to enhance your driving experience. Not only do these have benefits right from the start, they also maximise the value of the vehicle right at the end of its working life too, which is why we're making new daily business a model in its own right. There's new daily business badging just above the driver's door handle. That differentiates it from other daily models, making it unique and instantly recognisable. And that's just the start, because new daily business gives you more in terms of safety, functionality and driver comfort. With manual air conditioning, for example, life on around town multi-drop deliveries is tough enough as it is, and air conditioning allows the driver to maintain a cool and comfortable in-cab temperature regardless of how hot it gets outside. Cruise control too. After all, the more you can maintain a set and standard speed whatever the roads you're driving, the better your fuel economy and the safer, the more comfortable and the more relaxed the driver. Electrically heated and adjustable mirrors for a quicker getaway on a cold and frosty morning, better visibility on foggy, icy, even wet days, and best all-round visibility at all times. And fog lights, low-level fog lights illuminating the road ahead in even the worst of weathers to maximise visibility, whilst the cornering function comes on automatically on taking bends to light the direction in which you're steering. Manual air conditioning, cruise control, electrically heated and adjustable mirrors and fog lights. Key features, real benefits, all fitted as standard to the new daily business, regardless of whether the vehicle is a van, chassis cab or crew cab, manual or 8-speed Himatic. Of course, these are not the only things that make new daily business stand out in terms of value. Daily positively bristles with features, all as standard, that make it the best possible transport investment from 3.5 to 7.2 tonnes. Things like a 3-piece front bumper. Vans have a hard life after all, and replacing just the bit that's been damaged instead of the whole bumper saves on time, on trouble and on cost. Daily's high-resolution information display too. It's clearer, easier to read and even more glanceable. And with most of Daily's operations being controllable from a new multifunction steering wheel, the driver can keep his hands on the wheel and mind safely on the job. Then there are some of the options available with Daily too. LED headlights, for example, 10% better on low beam performance, 12% better on high beam performance. Advanced emergency braking and city brake PO, avoiding collisions completely at low speeds, minimising impact speeds above 50 kilometres per hour. Queue assist, allowing Daily to follow the vehicle in front with a minimum of input from the driver, lowering stress levels. And proactive lane keeping assist, making sure the vehicle stays inside the white lines and the driver alert, all for added safety. Things like these add real value to your daily, and value is what IVECO and new daily business are all about. Daily business features widely in our recently relaunched Drive Away programme too. Drive Away models are configured as part of the daily business range, enhancing the value of the product right from the word go. And with a wide choice of models available, everything Drive Away comes with a guarantee of quality from IVECO's chosen bodybuilder partners. You'll hear more about this shortly. And we make it easy to get a Drive Away daily too, because IVECO Capital, in partnership with BNP Paribas Rental Solutions, are offering a contract hire package on all Drive Away models. A fully maintained contract, only one payment up front and no deposit make daily Drive Away models even more accessible regardless of whatever your circumstances. Okay, let's pass you now to my colleague Lisa Fuller.
Thank you, Peter. Hello and welcome to our Q&A session here in Basildon at IVECO UK's headquarters. And we're delighted to have with us today a panel of 3 industry experts who will be telling us about the impact of COVID-19 and how it's affected their individual sectors and what the future is looking like. From BNP Paribas Rental Solutions, we have Benoit Leflamme. Benoit is the head of Rental Solutions. From CAP HPI, we have Steve Bothfield, who is one of the senior editors for commercial vehicles and motorcycles. And from IVECO UK, we have Chris Bunce, who is the National Sales Manager for the Light Business Line. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon, gentlemen, and we'll kick off with Benoit. So Benoit, will leasing and contract hire still be relevant in the years to come as this health crisis continues to unfold?
Absolutely. More and more people and businesses need to reassess how they deploy capital and in what priorities they do it. So paying for the actual use of a vehicle rather than 100% of the capital cost makes a lot of sense. Having costs that are predictable also helps in a big way when you're on uncertain grounds. Moreover, what's happening is with the energy transition, you're no longer able to rely on predictable diesel vehicle residual values. So having a model where you can outsource some of the risk on maintenance, on residual value, have a contract hire provider providing you with a rental where you can easily evaluate your TCO makes tremendous sense.
Thank you. Some interesting content there and how the contract hire sector is likely to evolve. But what about customers? How are their needs evolving?
What we're seeing is expertise is hard to find. With the age profile of transport managers, it's hard to get your hands on talent. And oftentimes, getting the right scale to properly look at things as well is difficult. Customers we deal with, be it in the fuel transport industry, retailers, builders, merchant, for them vehicles are a necessary evil and they need to have vehicles to do their work. So what we're bringing is a dependable vehicle, because what's been happening over the years is they've been rationalizing their fleets and they have less and less spares to rely on. So they need the remaining fleet to be dependable and reliable. So we're coming in adding expertise. At the same time, when we're in an environment where the DVSA is more and more stringent, it's challenging to deal with compliance. Bringing that, what our industry does is we bring scale, expertise, the right investment in technology to solve those problems and get to a level where the customer can actually trust us to stand behind them and cover those requirements for expertise, compliance, and uptime.
Okay, can you tell us what kind of pressure your clients are under?
Tremendous pressure. Everywhere you go today in businesses, people have their hands full. They have more to do than what they can actually do in a day. So the reason why we exist is to simplify and relieve the work related to vehicle fleet management. From building, from ordering vehicles to following the build, to actually operating that vehicle, keeping it on the road and disposing of it. We simplify the process, we scale it to a level where it's quicker for us to deal with it than what our customers would experience doing it themselves. What they can do is get that relief, and people who are evaluating or put a price to the internal resources involved in managing their fleet turn to us because they see the benefit in actually outsourcing that activity and getting us to do it for the same outcomes. So we're focused on getting that performance, that same performance level without tying up internal resources.
Thanks very much for your insight, Benoit. And now we'll move on to Steve. Hi Steve, great to have you here with us. Considering these very unusual times that we're living in, why do you think the used market has been so strong?
Well, Lisa, as you know, we are in unprecedented times at the moment. And what we noticed late March when we went into lockdown is that the amount of wholesale vehicles breaching the market diminished substantially. On average, we would receive approximately 3,000 sold records each week. This actually dropped to less than 100. And it did take a long time to actually get back to normal stock levels. Coupled to that, there was the showrooms were all locked down and there was no availability to buy new vehicles, which meant that used vehicle became the vehicle of choice. Coupled to that with the increase in home deliveries as we all went on shopping online for our foods and clothes and other necessities meant that that area grew substantially. Coupled to that, the requirements for businesses to have a duty of care to their drivers meant that they could not now put vehicles out with more than one driver. So that one-man van scenario grew, which meant that vehicle fleets increased. Vehicles that were due to be defleeted were not defleeted. Vehicles that were already in the wholesale market were actually taken back. In other words, the amount of vehicles that were available for sale actually diminished substantially. It wasn't up until week commencing 15th of June did we start getting back to some type of numbers. But with the increased online shopping and the inevitable of trying to get back to norm, which will take a considerable amount of time, we don't see the used market changing for quite a while.
Yes, home delivery certainly is booming. Do you have any thoughts on the prospects for the future that you can share with us?
If you imagine that we have seen a strong demand for used vehicles, we also notice that new registrations have dropped substantially, and already to the beginning of September we're 89,000 units less than we saw in 2019, means that the demand out there is very strong. And it's also anticipated that it won't be until 2023 that we'll start reaching the same production numbers that are due to hit our shores here in the UK. Coupled to that, Brexit, which is still uncertainty surrounding that, and any import duties, means that that new vehicle coming into the UK will be in short supply, and the demand will be out there for the used market. We also anticipated that in June that we would see increasing values, used values. This prompted us to increase our forecast values for the short to medium term. This can be seen when imagine an increase of 3% on a 12 months 20,000 mile vehicle, diminishing to 3 years time when it meets the current forecast levels. So there is still going to be a demand out there both for new and for used vehicles now and into the future. We're hearing reports that the used market will see a shortage of stock, as I previously mentioned, through to the end of the year, where at that point we'll have to re-evaluate the position.
Finally, as you know, the new daily business is equipped with a number of popular and value-adding options. In your opinion, how important is the vehicle specification when it comes to purchasing a used vehicle? What options would you say add value and why?
Specifying the vehicle from the offset is really important, not only for the first user of the vehicle, but also for the subsequent users going forward. And it's the employer's duty of care on this driver to ensure that the driver has got an environment that reduces fatigue. Air conditioning is one of those systems which actually benefits both the first user, and when the vehicle comes back into the used market will also benefit the used value price. There are retrofit systems which can be applied after a vehicle has been built, but it's always the manufacturer's one which the buyers are out there looking for, and it's the more economical to purchase. On top of that, you've got things like cruise control, which again reduces the fatigue for the driver, but also aids in fuel economy, and which reduces the stop-start of a normal drive, but when it's in cruise control, it retains a steady pace. And again, that's something that the used market see a benefit in. Thirdly, things like parking sensors and parking aids. Again, that reduces the amount of impact damage a vehicle has, which in turn will reduce insurance premiums for the first user. But also when that vehicle comes to the used market, the buyer out there will always look for a vehicle that hasn't had any fresh paint. And finally, security systems. As we know, with all the home deliveries that we previously mentioned and the value of the items being transported, Having that secure system within the vehicle will enable, again, lesser insurance premiums, but also for the unscrupulous thieves out there not to try and take advantage of the load that the vehicle's carrying.
Many thanks, Steve, for updating us on the used vehicle market and where you think it's heading and the importance of a well-specced used vehicle. Now we move on to Chris. Hi, and can you tell us about the actions that IVECO put in place during the early stages of the COVID-19 crisis?
Without doubt, the safety of all IVECO, our network, our customer staff was our #1 priority. We've worked hard to ensure that every single one of our 88 workshops remained open all the way through the initial lockdown period, whilst, importantly, guaranteeing the strictest hygiene and social distancing measures were in place. As a truck-based manufacturer, our key focus was to maintain our after-sales support nationally to ensure customers who needed to operate essential services were not impacted by downtime. In addition, we operate our own roadside assistance programme, Assistance Non-Stop, via our dealers. This ensured we maintained national cover with our usual 24/7 commitment. And we made sure we equipped our technicians with clean kits to sterilise cabs to keep them and the customer driver safe at the side of the road. Furthermore, our central support team in UK and Turin relocated to home working, but maintained their operation standards to keep our vans on the road.
Okay. And what has IVECO done since then?
We recognise the impact this crisis had on our customers, and in turn their customers, which has ultimately increased the strain on their business and their cash flow. We have therefore introduced a number of new financial products to help businesses keep moving whilst easing the burden on upfront expenditure. There is an HP and low finance offer, now available on all our daily range, with a 6-month deferred payment plan. We have also reintroduced our new drive away programme this month with a contract hire offer advertising competitive headline rates with only 1 month deposit up front.
So, some concrete actions to help IVECO's customers. And what do IVECO have planned coming up for the future?
The COVID pandemic has definitely opened our eyes to new ways of working, and this digital event is the first of many, I'm sure. Following the launch of the new business model range and driveway programme this month, we plan to further cement the relationships with UK bodybuilders in Q4 through a new programme helping bring us as a manufacturer and the end customer closer together. We then have the uncertainty of Brexit to manage and the potential tariff risks. Our dealers have been working really hard to plan for this and to ensure that they have stock on the ground before the end of the year to protect customers where they can against this. Looking ahead into next year, we will have further enhancements to the daily model, focusing on meeting the ever-increasing emission standards, and beyond that we have the very exciting next generation electric daily due in 2022. In fact, our heavy truck side of the business will be introducing our new IVECO S-Way later this year digitally. So watch this space as this exciting new model hits the UK roads. This will be a game changer for IVECO in the HGV segment. So lots to look forward to in making IVECO your partner for sustainable transport now and in the future.
So some busy times ahead, which is fantastic to hear. Developments not only in the light vehicle range, but also in the heavy vehicle range with the launch of the new IVECO S-Way in November and enhancements to the daily range in 2021. A lot of good things, as you say, to look forward to. Thanks, Chris. Thank you, Benoit, Steve and Chris. Some really interesting insights there. And now we move on to the final part of our event today.
Thanks everyone. So the new IVECO Daily Business, a value-added alternative to a van with a host of options. Ideal for retail and fleet van operators looking for real value for money and an optimum whole life costs. Let me remind you again, Daily Business adds cruise control, air conditioning, electrically heated and adjustable mirrors, fog lights to the standard specification of any daily, improving safety, functionality and driver comfort. In itself, that delivers a £265 or 17% saving against having these items specified as options individually. adding, as you've just heard now, as much as £1,000 to the residual value of your vehicle when you decide to move it on. It's a win-win situation all round, and that's not all, because we'll also be making daily business available as a key part of our new IVECO Drive Away scheme. Drive Away aims to make ready-prepared, ready-bodied vehicles available for immediate delivery. It allows us to respond to operators who win the contract today and need the vehicle tomorrow. And at 3.5 or 7 tonnes gross weight, Drive Away includes drop sides, tippers, lutens, box bodies, curtain siders, all to daily business specification. And with the highest quality build and design, daily Drive-Aways, chassis and body carry the same 3-year unlimited mileage warranty as the base daily product. In business specification, daily Drive-Aways represent an even greater added investment to your business. I mentioned earlier some exclusive September promotions. Promotions aimed at getting our daily range, and the daily business in particular, out there proving its worth. Well, if you purchase one from stock or factory order a new daily business in September, we'll be offering you £1,000 off the right vehicle for you. A real incentive to take that advantage of what the van has to offer. And there's more, because on all daily product, including daily business, we're offering £1,000 off other selected option packs and even add more value to your vehicle. These include everything from delivery or delivery plus packs, high drive, business premium or business exclusive packs. We can give you full details of these, or they can be found on our daily brochure available online at iveco.com. We're also focusing on our daily 7 and 7.2 tonner, because anyone who trades in their current vehicle for a new daily 7 or 7.2 tonner this month will be eligible for a £2,000 trade-in bonus, with the added advantage of driving away the most competitive, best payload light truck on the market today. And finally, in our efforts to support you in these post-COVID-19 times, we have up to an additional £1,000 off a number of selected stock vehicles until the end of this month only. As we said earlier, adding value, it's what our truck culture is all about. And never has that been more important than it is now. Making life easier for you and taking away the hassle. Providing you with the best vehicles to do your job, keeping them on the road and out there working for you. Keeping your cash flowing and supporting you every step of the way. That's what we at Hendy IVECO are all about. And that's what the new daily business is all about too. Adding value in terms of better standard vehicle specification and adding value in terms of a stronger residual value at the end of the vehicle's life. Adding value to everything you do at a time you need it most. Daily business. Come and talk to us.